Good morning, good morning, and good morning. Good morning, Karina. Good morning, Maureen. Angelina. Look at this, we're starting to get poetry here. Angelina and Karina. So, sorry about being a little bit late, but I have something's wrong with one of my cameras. So, we'll be using just the front camera. So, somehow we'll survive that though. So, but that's one of those things, again, where I always say that there are no coincidences and everything is a omen. So, for today, here it is, 2 minutes late after I went ahead and set out the schedule for the next 2+ weeks, and didn't check the cameras first. So, and that's because I was not scheduling very well the weeks before. So, what does that actually imply for all of us? Well, let's get our feet flat on the floor first, and our butt doing the kitty dance, and the shoulders relaxed, and the neck relaxed. So there's that light switch. So we are checking in with the universe before we even start the day. Maybe the solar flares. Good morning, George. George, beware the solar flares. So, but that's going to hang at the back of my head today as I'm off to the office and things like that. Instead of seeing negatives and stuff like that happens to us, it's like, what about just seeing it as there are no coincidences, and what does that omen mean? So today I'm going to keep my eyes open. But right now we're checking in with the universe using the tarot. We're going to, or as I like to say, the universe holds up a mirror and asks us, what do we see? And we use the tarot for that reflection. Solar flares. So I may have to come up with a solar flare spread. There's that extra breath listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. So what I'm going to do is something that I normally don't do. And I'm going to switch cards because the cards that I'm using right now are not very graphic, not very detailed. So why don't we pull up something that's actually pretty? Because again, we treat everything as an omen, and there are no coincidences. So maybe today I need to use a deck that's got a little more action to it, a little more actually just pictures. You know, sometimes I use a tarot deck that does not have pictures. The Marseille. Let's see what this one has to say. And it's just that this one happened to be sitting next to us. And that's the one that I am going to use. What a coinky dink. So with that in mind, I am making our 3 stacks. And I wonder, now as we take a look at the mess that is my desk, my table I should say. So I've made our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. Oh, can't go any further back. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different thread going out. And it's a different path because this stack will lead down one path. This stack will lead down another path. And this one's a totally different path. And today, if this one's under, this one's middle, and this is over, let's see if we can get an idea of what's in front of us, and we might not even see it. That's what I like to think of that top stack. So let's do our 3 and 1. and flipping each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. So, our first card is Death. So, when we see the Death card is about our transitions, our need to move from where we were to where we need to go. And we know sometimes that's a struggle. And here we are on a Monday, which usually is a change. It's a start of a new week. It's a chance to start the week over. So death, keep in mind that when we're doing the tarot, we're not always looking for this huge, long destiny arc, and we pull up death and it's like sometimes it's just a reflection of where am I at today and where do I want to be tomorrow, and then seeing what we need to move to that direction. And sometimes what we need to move to that direction is an Ace of Coins. So coins are the element of earth. It's home, health, finances, things that keep us grounded. And this has got the lovely, wheat there that shows our growth, our connection to the earth. And so when we get that connection with the earth, it's a chance to slow down, plant that seed, and that seed's going to be solid to the ground. And then we have the Five of Cups. Isn't that beautiful watercolors? Look at that. So what is the Five of Cups? Fives are always challenges. Fives are getting over that hump, that feeling, sometimes that sense of loss. And as I always say with the Five of Cups, I know that when I do a change, sometimes I'm staring so hard at what I'm leaving behind, or the 3 spilled cups here, that sometimes we don't realize that we still have the 2 behind us. So it's still about finding gratitude, even though we're doing a change. So before we flip over the next one, let's reflect on what we have here. So how would this apply to us today? That's the question that we need to ask. So we all have a transition. I know that currently we're transitioning into autumn. And autumn is more of it is a time to where we start getting ready to harvest, or finishing the harvest. It's now preparing for winter, that change. What changes do we need to do as we prepare to move forward? Maybe we have things at the office that we've been putting off. Maybe we have things at home that we've been putting off. Because again, this is home, maybe something with our health. But sometimes when we make these changes, it's not things that I don't want to see the summer go, right? So I can stare so long at how great the summer was and forget about all the events coming up for autumn, going to, October and Halloween. Yeah, but this is a good reflection on what it means to move, even if it's just to a new season. Saying goodbye to summer. Seeing everything, all the flowers and trees that were green, watching them kind of go away. And now, how do we want to reflect on where we're going? So whether it's the seasons or whether it's something that is just kind of giving us a melancholy. This spread is reminding us of what it means to have a melancholy because of a change, daylight savings coming up. I have seasonal affective disorder, so that's what this reminds me of, and making sure that I'm remembering I need to make this transition. I need to get 8 hours sleep. I need to eat healthy. I need to take care of myself. So what is it that you need to do for the transitions that are coming up this week and coming up in the future? And let's take a look at the advice card. So you know those 3 cups that we spilled here? You know those 3 cups? Oh man, we can mourn those cups as much as we want. Or we can reach out. We can find others and say, you know what? It's time to celebrate the change, because the cups are out there. We think we've lost something, and instead we've found an excuse to celebrate. We remember to celebrate. So today it's about, what are we feeling melancholy about? What is this change that's coming up? Maybe it's the season. Maybe it's the fact that we had a fantastic weekend. And now it's like, oh, now we got to trudge forward and do like the real stuff. But the real stuff is what moves us forward. So we may have spilt these 3 cups here. But look at that. It's a chance to turn it into a positive, to celebrate. That's what October is, right? And September, and moving forward. So today, what is it that we're dealing with transition-wise? Are we feeling melancholy about? And today it's that day to possibly think, you know what? I think I'm going to celebrate the changes coming up, the changes that I feel in me. Today, find the change and celebrate the changes that are coming up in us. So I'm feeling better about this week already. Again, it's like, sorry about being a couple minutes late on that, but I made it. And I have it all scheduled out for the next 2 weeks, and I'll figure out what's wrong with the camera. Who the heck knows, right? But I hope you have an amazing day. If you're feeling any melancholy, you know, let's look to celebrate changes that we have coming up. Celebrate October coming up. And George, yes, I'm a huge H.P. Lovecraft fan. So this shirt actually here, so I am friends with a, oh, you're welcome, Angelina. So I am friends with the artist who actually did, this is for the cover for Call of Cthulhu, which is the DVD. And so I even had this shirt before I first met him. It turns out that Mina, my partner, she has known this artist for like 20 plus years, 30 years possibly. And I almost bought the actual painting that he did of this, but it turns out it was a drawing, and then he put it into the computer and then colorized it. If it was an actual painting like this, I would have actually bought it. But I would have gladly given him the money for it. But unfortunately, it was just a sketch, and it was more money than I could afford at the time. But anyway, I feel much better today. I hope you all have an amazing day. You all take care, and I will talk to you all tomorrow, hopefully with a fixed camera. But to tell you the truth, I wonder if anybody's got any opinion if I do the one camera thing like this, where I'm actually just spread out like this, you know, fix it up so that I'm spread out, but where instead of having the big camera coming down, any preferences to doing something more like this? Let me know what you think. And with that, I am going to get ready for today, and then I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. The chance, take a chance. Truth appears as stories unfold. Flip the card, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light. Readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears, written in gold. Truth appears as stories unfold. Flip the card, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the card, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light. Readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears, written in gold. Truth appears as stories unfold. Flip the card, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures,